All right, so I'm going to do a quick walk around with these shade sails and kind of show you guys what we did. Man, it's a lot cooler over there than it is over here, and it isn't even hot yet, so it's really going to work well. Not quite what I really wanted to do, but it'll work just fine, at least through the life of these ones. Then I might end up changing it. I'll talk about that real quick, what I'm going to do. And I did get quite a bit of shade from this, so it actually, I probably would have got almost as much by doing it a little bit different. I'm going to talk about that. But what these are real quick, I'm going to go over what I did, is these are actually 2,400 pound cables. So if anybody's wondering if they're going to break, 2,400 pounds, it would probably take a lot of wind to break those cables. I'm not going to say they're not going to break, but it is possible. I guess I'll find out. I'm sure not going to park anything under here during a windstorm. But in the summer, we don't usually have winds really high. It's usually around October. So if at that time I have issues with that, I'll just take them down, because I don't really need them that much in that time of year, because it gets kind of cool. Well, it doesn't really yet. It used to get cool in October, but now it's still hot. I guess climate change is real. But anyway, the top here, we just welded some hooks. These are 1/4 inch steel poles we put in the ground. All the hardware except for the turnbuckles, which I don't know if you can even see them. There you go. The turnbuckles we got on Amazon. Everything else we got at Harbor Freight Tools. So we used these little things here. What are they called, links, so that it's easy. I can take this down in like 10 minutes. So if there's a windstorm or something like that, I could just easily take all this stuff down very quickly. It doesn't take very long. I just leave the long stretching cables up and then take everything off at the take all the shades down, and I can do that in just minutes. So, and I'm actually going to get a little bit tighter than this. There's one more cable I need to run, but we basically run Harbor Freight Tools out of everything they had. I went to 3 different stores and got all of these tighteners, I guess. I don't know what they're called. These little things here. So, but yeah, it brings out a lot of shade. I get a lot of shade from this. And it's pretty nice in the summer. It should be good. Like I said, I'm not going to park anything under here in a windstorm, but you know, when I'm out of town, for sure I won't park anything here. But and if it does do something, I don't think it'll really hurt anything. Now I can actually start cleaning up all this stuff, because when it's in the sun, you just don't want to. It gets hot, you know. You don't want to do it. We're gonna get all this stuff all put away. But so what we're gonna do is, to pull this a little bit tighter, we're gonna actually put one more cable going across on the other end, and then use just like we did here with that corner over there. So that will pull that way and kind of take this low part out here. And the reason we made it this high is because then I can pull, I'm hoping I can get a 10'6" trailer through here. So these are 12 foot or 13 feet from grade, but I do have a hump in the driveway from turning, you know, and so I know that it's going to be a little bit of an issue. It's about 1 foot, so it should be okay for 10'6", but if not, then it'd be really easy to just put an extension pole or something like that and raise it up and hold it up in the middle, and I could do that too. So it'll work for now, but I'm going to tell you what I think I would do different after doing these. I think one of the things that, if you're doing shade sails or something, that you really need each corner to have a post. So you know, it needs to pull exactly this direction in each corner. So that corner would need to pull at a 45. Each one would need to pull at a 45. Well, if you see here, I couldn't really do that because I got this driveway, you know, and I have all this stuff in the way. I didn't want to post in the middle because to turn the corner with a big trailer, it's almost impossible to do without going way over. So that was one of the reasons I didn't put just a patio cover over the front of the garage, because then I'd have a post right here and then it'd be in the way. So what I did is I just went with this. But I would highly recommend, if you're going to do shade sails, to actually put a post in each corner and then pull it tight, and then it'll come out really nice and tight, where these are kind of a little bit floppy. But you know, like I said, it's fine for what I'm doing. It's all right with me. Now what I would probably do next time is I'd measure the distance between here and where this pole is here, okay, and then measure distance between there, and then measure across over here to the other end. Because I figured out after putting them in the ground and everything else, and after I'd ordered all the material, and in fact I didn't even want to put this many of them in at first, I really wanted to shade this area right here, because this area here is where I do a lot of staging and stuff. And then after I got done, you know, so, and this would limit the shade that's in this area this way. I'm going to tell you right now what I would do. So that's why I didn't really think about it. But I would probably have gotten a triangular shaped one and took the distance between this one and that one and made a triangle, had a triangle custom made, and then just then I would have been able to pull it nice and tight, and it would have probably worked in, would have cleared the roof. That was one of the things I didn't realize, it was going to clear that corner of the roof. So we'd just go right over that corner of the roof into this one. So the next time when these wear out, or if they blow away, or who knows, I don't think they will. They're pretty, the material is pretty flexible, and the wind typically goes across, not up. You know, there is some upward motion from wind, but usually it's more across. So I think it will probably hold up. I mean, I had a sailboat and it had halyards that were about this strength, and my sails were probably almost this big, and they used to take direct wind, 60-mile-an-hour direct winds, and you know, that was hell to stay on that boat when it was like that. But you know, it would actually hold that kind of wind. So, and I was always worried about the halyards breaking out of the boat, but it never did. So anyway, but that's in the mast falling down. But so it will probably hold up. But if I was to do it again, I would just make a nice triangle. I don't know if I can get back far enough you guys can see. I just make a nice triangle from here to the corner over there to the corner over here, and that would give me plenty of shade. It didn't seem like it would really. I mean, I would lose a little bit where I really want it over there, but it would probably give me almost as much shade as what I have now. So anyway, that's what I ended up with the sail shades. I just thought I'd post this real quick on this channel. I did more of a how-to on my other channel, and then I also talked about what I'm talking about right now, what I do different, and it's really just hard to know how that's going to work out when you have this kind of a shape that you're trying to cover. Anyway, I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.